Gettleman was someone who had a history with the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't always work out.
No,
And I think they realize that now.
didn't
And
work
you
out with
know
Jason
what?
Garrett. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to our first postseason mother and son postgame show for the New York Giants. We're going to call it postseason for now since our season's over. And as you can imagine, we're a little relieved it's over. We didn't want to really go through the stress and struggles anymore. But now that's behind us. The season's over. We're on to the next season, which means we're going to be talking about the general manager prospects. But mainly, we're going to focus on Joe Schoen. But before we get into that, we'd like you to do one thing for us.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, especially if you're new to our channel. Welcome, and please subscribe. Hit that like button and also hit that little notification so you can find out when we have our next episode. All right, let's get into it.
All right, Big Blue. So, today, Joe Schoen from the Bills, he was interviewed by the New York Giants today, and he is the first candidate that they actually talked to regarding the GM replacement. And we wanted to give you a little bit of brief information in case you don't know much about him. He has about 20 years of experience in the NFL as a professional scouter in terms of personnel talent evaluation, and he's been with the Dolphins, and he actually had an 11-5 record under the Dolphins his first year in 2008 when he took over that assignment of being the personnel evaluator. He also took that experience to the Bills. And right now, the Bills are leading the division for the second time in the last 4 years under his tenure since 2017. And look, the guy has really good players. He knows how to evaluate, and he knows what he's talking about. And he seems like a very good candidate. And I'm very excited. I really do think that he could be the guy for us. But there are other people to look at, which of course I don't have problems with, except for the only other person, Kevin Ingrams. We'll talk about him later. Kevin Abrams, I do not want as a candidate, but we'll talk about him later. The mother, what is your opinion on Joe Schoen?
So, what I'm thinking is the Giants are trying to make a move with someone who's had recent success, which makes sense. I always have this theory in business that when you ask a competitor to interview somebody, and the competitor says, "Yeah, sure," that I don't know. Always a little concerned about that. It's like why? And here's the thing: I have experience in seeing that the reason why some people do that is because there are issues that we don't know about, and that's why the other organization is willing to let go of that person. But let's hope
Right.
that's not the case with this guy. I'm hoping that the front office at the Giants is going to take their time, and it seems they really are planning to do that. And they have a number of other candidates that have leaked out that they've requested interviews with, and we'll see which interviews they get and who goes through the process. I'm hoping I don't want to see anybody before within the 3 days. If they took 2-3 weeks, I think that'd be great. Because then
Yes.
they're going to make some sort of strategic decision. I don't know if they can wait that long. I don't, but given that where the NFL season is now in the playoff. It's in playoff season. We're headed to the Super Bowl is coming up. They have time. They have time. They have time to maneuver. So that's what I'm thinking. They'll do that.
That makes sense, and I think that is the best approach to take, considering that John Merrill was booed at Eli Manning's Ring of Honor and jersey retirement. I think that has a lot to do with how he composed himself in this interview today regarding taking his time and not rushing things like he did last time. Obviously, referring to hiring Dave Gettleman just because it made sense because he took a team to the Super Bowl, albeit they didn't win. But because of that, he felt confident in that pick. And obviously, you see the repercussions and the consequences of that decision over these last 4 years. He really felt the brunt of that, like I said, when the fans booed him. And, we have
Oh,
visual footage of that.
Mara got booed
Bad. And I know that affected
during
him.
Eli's ceremony. Yeah,
He didn't go
We
to
were
see
there for
Strahan.
that.
So he didn't go out there to
He was
say anything
there,
about Strahan.
but he did not speak.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying he didn't go out on the field. That's what I'm saying. He went out on the field for Eli. He didn't do the same thing for Strahan because he was going to get booed. So that is why he wasn't out there. He was there. He just, didn't want to go out there and get booed again. And you have to realize John Mara seems like a sensitive person. I get that vibe from him. He seems emotionally sensitive. And I think he doesn't want his fan base, which he shouldn't. He doesn't want his fan base booing him when he's trying to honor one of the franchise's greatest players, if not the greatest player in terms of what he's done for us and who he beat in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady. But, I think that is why John Mara is taking a very safe approach and is going to take his time. It's a good way to go about it. So, moving on, we do want to talk about potential people we don't want to see be GM. And one guy who we think is going to be fired is Kevin Abrams. the cap salary manager for the New York Giants. As you can imagine, he's not very great at that because he hired a guy by the name of Kenny Galladay for $72 million, and my guy did not produce $72 million worth of money for stats.
Absolutely not.
Did not do that. So, and that's just one person. I could talk about other people, but we don't want this video to be 15 minutes. So, he literally, our cap salary manager is atrocious, and he was thinking about taking over for Dave Gettleman. And it was like, no. Go outside, get someone from the outside. We need a fresh, clean start across the board. And I like that John Mara is also saying he doesn't want to rush and pick a GM with a coach package. He just wants to get one position at a time, and I really do like that. I like that he really wants to be serious about this rebuild.
Yeah, I agree. And what I really sense with this front office, with Mara and the rest of his team, is that they are trying to deviate from the old boys network that they've been tapping into for many, many years. Gettleman was someone who had a history with the New York Giants. That doesn't always work out.
No.
And I think they realize that now.
Didn't work out with Jason Garrett.
You know, at some point you have to go and abandon what doesn't work and start something else. And I feel it's coming. I'm hopeful that that's what's coming down the pike with this Giants team.
Yes, we can look forward to that, and we will be further keeping you guys updated as we hear more things that come out. We'll try to do it by maybe a couple days basis because we want to let it marinate. We want to process it before we just come on here and give our initial reaction because, some of you guys out there don't like initial reactions apparently and want to say that we're stupid. But, that's fine. That's fine. You all can hate all you want.
But, the haters are going to hate, right? But here's the thing. In our final post-game show of the season, the actual post-game show that we do, we kind of predicted what was going to happen.
Pretty accurate.
I felt that was Joe Judge's last newser that he did after the game, and it certainly was. And one of the things that I recognize from him is that they played him a little bit. They made him feel on that Monday, that terrible Monday after the regular season's over, where everybody else got fired. Not Joe Judge. And I think he went to bed. He probably slept good Monday night. But
it was
then
a setup.
That second meeting on Tuesday, when the hammer dropped on him, the axe dropped on him, and I wasn't surprised. I really didn't see a new GM coming in and accepting an existing head coach.
No.
It feels good that we were able to, I mean, the writing was on the wall, so it wasn't really hard to predict. But I'm happy that what we said was going to happen actually happened, and we're moving forward.
The saying "a mother's intuition is always right." It really kicked in there. So good job, Mom. I really do think your prediction when I saw that he was done, I was like, oh, my mom was right, and I was very happy that you were right because I wanted him to be fired. I didn't want to have Joe Judge be with the new GM. You need a fresh, clean start, especially after what he said ending this season for the last 2 games. Talk about he's proud of somebody that threw for negative yards. I'm not going to get back into that. We don't want to raise the blood pressure.
Rabbit hole.
No blood pressure increasing. No. So, Giants fans, we'll see you in our next video. Hopefully, we'll have something out in a couple of days whenever we find out who they actually do decide will be the GM after they do these other interviews. We might even talk about the other interviews and see what we think may come out of it and see if Joe Schoen is even actually the guy that we need. I think he is, personally. I think that he would be a great fit, but I think all of these guys would be good, except for Kevin Abrams, obviously. He's the only one. But I'm open to all of them. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And if you're not new to this channel and you haven't subscribed and you've been around, you're hurting the family's feelings. Please help us out, increase the family size, and don't forget to share with your friends and let them know about our YouTube channel. And make sure you really improve our YouTube algorithm with those comments because, it really be helping us get that exposure. I'm trying to tell y'all, drop a comment. Tell me if I'm wrong, right, always wrong. I don't care. Let me know. But for right now, guys, this is goodbye, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care.